What's going on, you guys? Chance here, back with another trade recap for today and how today went. Today was a day of lessons. I wasn't quite as precise as I have been in the past couple videos. I was kind of breaking a couple of my rules and I was reaching for things that I shouldn't have been reaching for. But it was a good learning lesson, I believe. In the simulator, I've done these before and I have found these rules, which is basically just don't trade on the initial break of a support or resistance level, which I broke that rule today and the trade messed up on me. And also don't trade on the possible break of a midline whenever that midline is holding as resistance. And I tried to do that again today just because the market was rallying really hard and I wanted to get in on part of the move and it wasn't the right move. It was pretty far from the EMA and it was just kind of extended to the long side, so I shouldn't have done it, but you'll see it here shortly. But let's go ahead and get into the trades. So this is my first trade of the day, and you can see I got this little downtrend going, and we had just broken through that support level, and we were going back up to test it, and so I put my trade there, and then I got filled, and it pumped down initially, and then it started going back up towards the top of the trend channel. But I liked that candle, and I kind of figured that it had some more downside potential, so I just held everything where it was and left it and let the trade play out. And right there, as you can see, we actually did go above that candle, but the reason why I put my stops 1 point above the wick is because that allows a little bit of leeway for the price action to move before it goes down. And so that's why I put my stops where I put my stops. And there we go. So first trade of the day worked out real good. It was slightly nerve-wracking, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, looking back, I probably should have waited for a lower high for it, but that's okay. I mean, all is well. But finished that one. So we're up 200 gross on the day. So that's like 192, which isn't too bad. Alright guys, so this is the price action leading up to my second trade. As you can see, we got this upward channel going right now. And you can see we got this nice bounce off of the EMA right here and the bottom of the trend channel. So I was looking to get long right here. I liked the setup, and I figured that it was a pretty high probability trade. And I was excited to get in this one. And so you can see I have my buy stop right above that candle, just waiting for it to trigger. And there we go, it triggers, and everything's kind of fine where it's at. In this instance, I did change my at the money strategy to go for the runner because I was kind of expecting it to run a little bit. And that's just from looking back at this little initial push up and this initial push up right here. They both ran pretty good, so that's what I was kind of hoping to catch in this move right here. But as you can kind of see, I'm getting a little nervous. You can tell when I get nervous because I start putting the crosshairs on the profit targets and I start moving them and stuff. So I was getting a little nervous. I was thinking this was going to be a lower high and we were going to reverse back down because we had been trending downwards kind of all morning. So but you can see we got our first order filled right there, and then I was just kind of moving it up, and we got the second order filled right there. And looking back on this now, I mean, just right there, prices rocketed up, so everything would have been fine where it was at, and I would have been probably sitting at like $450 right here. But that's okay. I mean, can't trade the past. Okay, so this is the price action leading up to my third trade. And like my previous trade, I had missed out on this big run up right here because I entered in right down here around 12,050, and this rallied all the way up to 12,084-ish. That's where my entry is right now. So I missed out on a 30-point move right there, which is $600 on the ES just for one contract. And so I was kind of reaching a little bit, which is against my rules. And also I was trying to trade into this midline, which acted as resistance right here and right here. So I was breaking a couple of my rules, and I was kind of wanting to get the profit back that I had missed, which you can't kind of revenge trade off of that because a lot of times it will end up in a bad trade, and you're just not in the right mindset whenever you start doing something like that. So I put this right here. I did like the setup just because we had two pretty bullish bars right there and we get triggered. And again, I'm trying to catch a runner here. but this one doesn't turn out quite the way I want it to. I did have 2 losers on the day, and this is my first loser of the day, so you'll see how it turns out here shortly. And the price action on this is, in the moment, it was keeping me hopeful because this candle it looked like it was wanting to go up. It didn't look like it really wanted to go back down. So I was pretty hopeful, which you can't be really hopeful in trading. You gotta be sure. And the way it closed right there, I was very excited about it. And as you can see, I mean, at points I was $100 in profit, and I just never took it, but that's okay. And then the way this is developing in my mind, I was thinking that this was going to make a higher low right here compared to this. So that's why I stayed in the trade and I didn't kill it before this. And so I was thinking that since it went up and then came back down, and then a lot of times the Nasdaq or the NQ futures, what it can do is it'll break above this candle, go back down. So then everybody's leaving this position and getting short. And then a lot of times it will go back up and rocket back up and hit everybody that just got in this position. It'll hit all of their stops and it'll rocket up. So that's what I was thinking would happen here. And that's what I was hoping for, but it just doesn't really turn out that way, as you'll see here shortly. And this is a pretty long trade too. It is kind of just going sideways, and you just gotta be patient sometimes with stuff. It either works out or it doesn't. So. And it comes so close to at least hitting one of our profit targets. That's why I kept just staying in the trade, just because I was wanting it. I was reaching for this, and it just wasn't there. And there you go. So I stopped us out. It was a decent loss. I don't know if you remember, we were at 255 in profit. Now we're at 345 in the negative. So it was almost a $500 loss. That's kind of typical with this strategy. That's about the normal loser is about $500, and the normal winner is 200. So I know that's the risk reward is 2.5 to 1. It's not the greatest, but the hit rate of the strategy is so high that it still ends up being a profitable strategy. So that's why I stick with this strategy and I don't try and change it up any. Okay, so this is the price action leading up to my third trade, literally like 2 seconds after we just got stopped out, and we are still long biased. So I see that it had kind of broken down here, but it wanted to go back up. So then on this breakdown of this candle, I wanted to be long right there to hit everybody's stops. And that's exactly what happened. It was a really quick trade. Made back 200 bucks right there. So now we're at 145 in the hole, and just trying to grind back to being positive on the day. Okay, so this is the price action leading up to my fourth trade of the day. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes past that third trade right there, or fourth trade. Can't remember which trade we're on. Fourth or fifth. And so I see this again, same situation, this break below this candle, and I wanted to be long above this candle to catch everybody's stops as well. And so we get in the trade right there, and then I move my stop up to just below that candle. And there we go. So we're out of that trade. So now we're $55 profit gross before commissions. I'm not too sure what we're at with commissions factored into that. I can't look back at it now because this is pre-recorded. But yeah, so we're making progress back to being profitable for the day, which is good. Alright guys, so this is the price action leading up to my next trade. And again, we're still long biased just because of the trend. And so we got this nice bullish candle right here, and then I was looking for a higher low off of this because there's this pretty good pump downwards, and so I wanted to be clear of the trend with a higher low. So that's why I aim-shaded on this trade. And I moved my stop up, and I was pretty confident in this trade because I felt like we still wanted to go up. And there we go. So got out of that trade. Now we're $250 in profit for the day, so we're looking real good. We've battled back, and we're getting back to try and hit our profit target for the day. And mine's $500 for the day, so that's what I was trying to get up to. Okay, so this is all the price action leading up to the next trade that I take. As you can see, we've sold off pretty heavy. We kind of broke this little range that we were in, and we come down to this support level. And we got this bounce, and what I was thinking in my head was that we were going to tick up above this, and then we were just going to break it on that trap. And so what I was doing was I was hoping for that. And in the past, this has been one of my real problems, is hoping for the breaks of these support and resistance levels. And most of the time the trade never works out. This is one of my crutches, is this type of trade. And I really need to work on not taking trades like this because they're really low probability trades, and it's just one of the faults of my trading that I've been trying to work on for the past couple months, and it'll fix eventually. It just comes with practice and discipline. The big thing is discipline. And what's sad is we were in profit too, so I could have taken some profit right there, but if you can't tell, this trade does end up in a loser. And there we go. So just like that, back in the hole again, 350 bucks. I was getting kind of demoralized a little bit at this point, but that was okay. I had 2 losers on the day, and my rule of thumb is if I have 3 losers, then I'll usually stop. Just because with TopStepTrader, my max loss for the day is $2,000. So with 3 losers, that ends up being just under $2,000, and that's my rules. But at this point, I was just trying to work back to getting positive, and then that way I could be done for the day. Just because I was trying to reach and make trades happen that weren't good setups, and it was obviously not working out for me. Alright, so this is price action leading up to my next trade, and since we had held this support level, I wanted to get long, and we got this nice higher low right here, and so I was looking to get in above this candle right here just for everybody's stops are probably going to be there. That went short right there. And the only thing that worried me about this trade was the EMA, but I wasn't too worried about it. I like the price action, so I was willing to get in. And there we go. So we got filled right there. It filled both of our contracts, but for some reason it left like the little sell stop right down there, my little stop loss. I don't know why I did that, just a little glitch in NinjaTrader, I suppose. So as you can see right here, where my net P&L right now is 209, negative 209. So I'm still working to try and get positive on the day. Alright, so this is price action leading up to my next trade as well. And again, same situation as the trade before. We're getting this bounce off of that support level, so I was ready to get long above that. And I wanted to move that down right there just to get a better entry, but I was a little bit too slow on the draw right there. And I was getting a bit worried about this one because I was thinking that it might not want to break through the EMA again. And so that's why I moved my take profit down a little bit shorter. And so I was just wanting to get out of it positive. And there we go. So got out of that trade positive. I can't remember if this one ends up working out to where it would have hit our initial target. But if I would have gotten in where I wanted to, then it definitely would have hit our initial target. But that's okay. Yeah. Again, can't trade the past, so there you go. Okay, so this is the price action leading up to the final trade of the day. And as you can see here, we've bounced off of this, and again, with the last trade, if we would just held, we would have hit our profit target and been done. That's another thing that I've been trying to work on too, is holding trades, like holding on to winners, because some of the price action kind of tricks me out a little bit, and I really just need to get better at holding on to the winners. And I think I'll find that my profits go up because of that. But what we see here is the price action has bounced off of this support level, and then it's going up to test the bottom of this range that we had established earlier in the day. And so I was looking to get short off of the retest of that. And so let's see how it turns out. So I put in my entry right there, and we get a nice bearish engulfing bar. And so I was pretty confident in the trade then. And there we go. So hit our profit target. We are now 120 profit or gross profit on the day, and our net P&L is $46. So you know, it wasn't the cleanest day, it wasn't the greatest day, but we ended up profitable, which is good. I like to try and keep all days profitable. I don't like having red days. And again, that's not probably the best mindset, because red days are just a part of trading. But in my mind, if I can fix my mindset, go on a walk or something like that, honestly just getting up from the computer and taking a few breaths, going on a walk, doing some push-ups or something like that, it helps so much. But this is a good learning day for traders out there. Just don't break your rules. You have a very strict rule set to abide by and a very strict entry process, and you just got to abide by those. And obviously today I didn't do that, and it took a lot of my profits away. So that's okay though. But new day tomorrow, and we'll see what's going on. Alright guys, so again, thank y'all for tuning in today. I wanted to always be honest with y'all on the trades that I take. I don't want to just show y'all the winners, I want to show y'all the losers as well. Hopefully it'll help y'all learn if you're trying to learn to trade, or if you're just watching this for entertainment. If y'all like seeing me lose, do that too. Maybe I'll just post like the biggest losers that I have or something like that when I have them. We'll see what we got going on. But as you can see today, in NinjaTrader, our gross P&L again was 120. You can see this 425 up here in my sim account. I'm kind of testing out strategies for the ES, trying to develop something for that to try and trade with on that as well. Just 'cause I like the liquidity, and I think that I can size up a lot more in the ES than I can in the Nasdaq, and I won't get the slippage that I would get in the Nasdaq when I'm sizing up like that. So I'm trying to develop something right there, and hopefully it can turn out pretty good. As you can see, that was one trade today, and it was 416, so it was pretty good. And as you see today, our win percentage was 81.25%, losing was 18.75. Had 16 trades, so 16 contracts, and then 13 of them were profitable. So, not the greatest day, but still a green day. And thank y'all for tuning in today. And if y'all like this kind of content, please subscribe, like the video, comment down below if you want to see more losers, winners. However, just let me know what y'all think. All right, have a good day.